Hey everybody, it's Curtis with Curtis Fitness TV once again. Here to talk a little bit about supplementation and the benefits of what they can do for you. But of course, before you start any weight training and or supplementation program, you want to consult a physician and make sure that you're healthy to do so. So what we have here is a little whey protein. Of course, that's really important for muscle. We have some omegas. We have some pre-workout stuff here. Branched chain aminos are building blocks of building muscle. So what's important about supplementation? Well, I'm a firm believer in supplementing, especially when I'm dieting. It's really important to get a variety of them in, especially when you're omitting other types of nutrients. Like for instance, we have a multivitamin here. When you have to go on a strict diet, a lot of times you can't take in the same amount of fruits that you normally can take in. So things like aminos are important, things like multivitamins are important, even down to protein is important. Are there times that they're not that necessary? Of course, if you're trying to cut calories down and things like that, you definitely want to make sure that you stay away from, despite what most people think, stay away from whey protein. But it's very beneficial when you're trying to build. A while back, we took a trip out to Oceanside and we got to talk with Mark Olson, great guy, the president of the company, MRM. So, let's get it started. This is Curtis Fitness TV. I'm Curtis here. We're going to go head inside. We're at Pier Avenue Fitness and get it started. Let's go. I'm here with my buddy Carl. So today, I was over at the house. We're talking about supplementation, and now we're over here. We're going to start our workout. What we're going to do here is a little chest. I'm going to start out with that. We're just going to do some basic presses, and we're going to do them a little differently. Last time on the show I had Kirk and we were doing them to the sides, but go ahead Carl and just start doing regular presses. These are conventional presses. Usually what we're trying to hit with these, of course, are the pecs, but when I was on the show last time I was showing Kirk the other angle, so go ahead and turn your wrist in. Go ahead and keep pressing. And what this does is for anyone that has shoulder issues, if there's a shoulder pain or problems with shoulders, you directly target the chest without hitting the shoulders. So this is a good way. You always want to make sure that you warm up really well. So what we're doing now is warming up with these light weights. So we're going to get Carl some bigger weights after this and let him burn out a little. I like to get, anyone that I'm working with, I like to make sure that they warm up really well. How you feeling, Carl?
Starting to get warm.
Starting to get a little warm, yeah. It takes a little while, especially with lightweight. But you always want to make sure that you warm up with extremely lightweight. You can even do push-ups, but otherwise you can just get started right into it. All right, so go ahead and let's switch up a little. And on these, again, we're making sure that we keep those elbows in. Go ahead and start pressing them, Carl. With the lighter weight, we're working those, we're going higher reps. The fast twitch muscle fibers are at work there. The longer fibers begin to work once you start to do slower reps, more weight, and that works a different muscle, the longer muscle fibers. All right, we'll do a couple more. How are you feeling there, Carl?
Pretty warm.
Pretty warm?
Oh yeah.
A lot of people ask what the difference is between dumbbell training, barbell training, barbell meaning the long 45-pound bar that you use versus the dumbbells. Now, the difference is the barbell is for strength and for size, whereas your dumbbells are for shape, for higher reps, and for shaping the muscle. Yeah, you can go heavy with the dumbbells, and yeah, they do give you strength, but the overall size and strength is built with barbells also because it's less restrictive versus the dumbbells where you have more freedom, more movement, and it's more of a shaping tool. They're both needed. You know, a lot of people ask, should I lift heavy, should I lift light? You know, you should do both. You should always, use one in conjunction with the other. It's like having, a meal without the vegetables. They all work collectively best together. So we got the bigger weights, and it gets more challenging. Go ahead and start pressing as you get heavier. But one of the biggest issues that I had when I first got a shoulder injury is that I couldn't do the flat bench anymore. I couldn't even press, and even to this day, I still don't do flat bench press, and I still don't do the regular conventional sideways, what he demonstrated before, putting pressure on my shoulders. I use these, and that's because, as you can see, it's real heavyweight, and Carl probably can attest to how challenging it is and how much pressure it puts on those pecs.
It does put a lot of pressure on the pecs.
One more if you got it, bro.
Oh yeah.
All right, go ahead and drop it. So that was our chest workout. How you feel, man?
I feel good. Warm.
So of course, with every workout, you always want to consult, your doctor, see if you're physically fit and ready. I want to say out there too. I was talking about supplements. Do you believe in supplementation? Is that something that you're actually into?
I do believe in supplementation. Every day I take vitamin C, calcium, magnesium, zinc, omega 369. There's potassium. There is a multivitamin, milk thistle, and lots of water.
Out there, if you have any questions pertaining to training or supplementation, you want to go ahead and contact me at curtisfitnesstv@gmail.com, or you can visit the website at curtisfisher.net and shoot out any questions. Get some questions in so I can go ahead and say some of that stuff on air and things that people are thinking about. So right now what's going to happen is, a couple weeks ago I visited MRM, which is in Oceanside. Stay tuned. In about 1 second you're going to see me over there. So let's head out. Hi, this is Curtis from Curtis Fitness TV. We're here in Oceanside, California, here at MRM, and we're going to go inside and check it out. I'm here with Mark Olson. How you doing, Mark?
Very good. Nice to meet you.
So tell us about MRM.
MRM is the sum of its people, which is mainly California lifestyle, Southern California, where you are very much a part of your culture 12 months out of the year, a part of the environment 12 months out of the year, and also that you just, you're active, you try and eat well, you try and do things good for your body to improve your longevity and to improve your quality of life.
Exactly.
And these things are inherent to everybody, no matter what your ethnicity or your social status or culture, wherever it comes from. So we like to spread our lifestyle to all the people who are like-minded to us.
Wow, how long has MRM been around?
Well, MRM was founded in '96,
Okay.
and it was serendipitously the partners that I had dropped out, and I just kind of went with it. I was doing consulting prior to this, and doing all my schoolwork and so forth, and just the opportunity came up for me to start putting my abilities into my own line.
So tell us about Mark. What does Mark do as far as fitness?
Oh, my personal life?
Yeah,
well,
that's right.
It's all part of it. Obviously my affinity is the ocean, and any water actually. I love the shower, I love swimming and pools, I love the water. And the inspiration I get from it is immeasurable.
And that's how your products play into being active in
Yes.
the ocean.
Yes.
For a lot of athletics.
Yes, and my core thing has been surfing since I was a little kid, strengthening sports. So
Right,
it's awesome.
right. Okay, so How about let's talk about the success of MRM, because I know that I even have used some of your products. You know, the LiverX is one of them. So what's the magic behind MRM success?
Well, you know, it's strange to pin it down. Using the example of LiverX, I did that formula back in between 96 and 98, and I really haven't updated it since. And there's been so many people that swear by it. Unfortunately, it was part of a clinical trial with people who were on the liver transplant list, but unfortunately that PI, the investigator on that clinical, he kind of went away, so we kind of lost out on that, but it was really showing some great results. We're looking at more clinicals, more human data on supporting liver function, because you know the liver is at the core of your defense.
Exactly.
You know, any toxins, and you know, whether it's food based or it's water based, they get into your body. It has to be cleared by that.
Right. So let's break down, if we have some supplements here.
Yes.
I'd like you to sort of go through what you have and sort of give, you know, the viewers a little idea of what these products are and what they're used for.
Well, if you look at our line, it's pretty much divided right down the middle of health performance and sports performance.
Okay.
And originally we didn't have any sports performance, simply because I was still consulting with a friend of mine's company, EAS, back in the time.
Wow, yeah.
And we were working on the creatine monohydrate and really getting all that data together.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a fantastic opportunity for me. So I just didn't want to collude my outside work with something I was doing at the brand.
Exactly.
But since I've been able to do it, I've found my niche within the market. You know, I'm not a bodybuilder, and a lot of guys, you know, I don't always engage in every aspect of the bodybuilding lifestyle, because it pushes things a little too far sometimes. And my whole approach is really about balance. Whether it's you know, core exercise, and it's really optimal strength and optimal. The physique side of it doesn't concern me so much. But those that are like-minded, that really care about their body and doing good things inside as well as out, then you know, I'm your guy. And so I try to develop products that eliminate all those superfluous additives that are put in. And if we can accomplish that and still maintain the same shelf life and preservation, and also the taste and the texture of the product, it's really hard to compete against all those artificial sweeteners and all these artificial ingredients that add to wonderful textures and flavors and tastes. But you know, with a little extra work, you can do it in a natural way. And we worked very hard at that, to do these things in a natural way.
So with because a lot of, you know, regular people who, like you say, aren't into hardcore training or bodybuilding or fitness, a lot of times they, you know, tend to shy away from, let's say, protein, you know, amino acids, things of that nature. So your company is great because you basically endorse, you know, those products for not only the serious athlete, but for the everyday person who, like you say, are just trying to take care of themselves. So I think that's a great way. And you have this new product. Talk a little bit about, this is your latest product.
The vegetarian products. This way. The vegetarian products are really, it's reflective of the culture. And as you've noticed, a lot of people are, it's not so that they're wanting to go vegetarian wholeheartedly. You get a lot of lacto, ovo, pesco, vegetarianism. And what it is really, I think, the same thing that I'm trying to do, and the same thing that most athletes are trying to do, is get good quality natural ingredients. You know, you can't beat nature. As far as the greatest design, you know, everything that man does is a step down. So what I try to do is just stick with the original manufactured stuff. You know, don't dilute it, don't, you know, take the wrong things out of it and so forth. And I think everybody's just trying to do, you know, put a step forward into healthier ingredients in their diet. And that's what I'm here to facilitate.
Right. So, in your opinion, how has the supplement industry changed over the last 10 years?
Well, it's gone. You know, it's got its goods and good side and bad side. I was part of DSHEA, the grassroots organization of getting that passed, the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, which sometimes the education is a difficult side for us, given that we're sometimes hamstringed by the FDA or FTC on being able to put out public information, because we can't say it because it could be associated with our product and a possible drug claim. So it makes it a little difficult, but you know, that is at the core of our mission statement.
Right.
And this plays into the industry is that I was an academic guy, you know, and I went through a registered dietitian program, and then I went to graduate school in clinical nutrition, and I had some great opportunities, especially I got hired on after I was involved in a research project over at Harvard UCLA, and it's a teaching hospital, and on the 5th floor they have this metabolic ward, which is all kinds of research projects that are coming through, whether they're drug oriented or it's a disease oriented, whether it was an AIDS study that I was working on, or somebody who was taking an ACE inhibitor for their heart medication. So the patients would come in, we control all the variables so we can make sure that it's only the drug that is exacting the difference. And so we control the diet, and that was my part, was being able to set up a diet that would not interact or counteract or enhance the drug's performance.
Right, so this was more of a holistic approach.
Well, it was really an intense, you know, assessment of foodstuffs, phytochemicals, and so forth, and it really propelled me into understanding more, which really propelled me in this industry. And my own thirst and appetite for knowledge of understanding how these plants are, you know, eliciting these wonderful health benefits. How is it done? How's it being qualified and verified and all that? So, you know, being part of a published academic community, you have a certain threshold of what you deem as good data and bad data. And so that's been our push, is to collect good data on our own products and on ingredients, just to verify its activity and to validate its efficaciousness. But there's been a lot of good improvements in this industry. There's a lot of good intent in this industry. But as the industry matures, it also ferrets out the bad actors and so forth that have plagued our industries.
Do you think Americans put enough emphasis on adding supplementation to their everyday life?
Well, the fact that people need to recognize what it is. And you have a diet, and then you have supplements, and that's what this is. It's intended as a supplement to your diet. So please pay attention to your diet, because that determines what you should be supplementing with. They go hand in glove. So the fact is that, you know, to acknowledge the insufficiencies of our diet, whatever it is, whether it's fiber or it's vitamin E or it's, you know, a lot of the water soluble vitamins in our first world country isn't a huge problem, but then you start to add on stress, you start to add on some of these other things we take in, coffee and stimulants and so forth, which can exhaust our body of these much more than the normal average person for which your RDAs were established for. And these do change over time with, you know, with the conditions and the environments that we have to live in. So, you know, recognize it, don't be afraid of it. You know, I understand the medical communities. There's always been a shortfall of dietary supplement data as opposed to drug data. You know, but they also need to recognize that drugs are usually patentable synthetic compounds which do not exist in nature. That's what elicits all these side effects and so forth. The body doesn't know how to handle it. What is this stuff? What do we do with this?
And I feel that's why, I mean, supplements have always been the key for me, you know, especially with what I'm into and since I was a kid.
Yeah, and the thing is that they're very safe. These things are components have been part of our foodstuffs for millennia. So physicians and people that are giving educated answers about this hopefully are also educated and don't answer on a fear basis saying no, supplements are just expensive urine because they don't know about the data. But be open-minded and say yes, they do have a role, and a very significant role when your only option is a synthetic alternative to get you back to balance.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, can we go take a look around and see? Because from what I've been hearing around here, you guys are working on your new warehouse.
Oh yeah,
Would
yeah.
it be possible to, go check it out?
Sure,
with
but we have our manufacturing facilities in Michigan.
you? In Michigan.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's go check it out.
Very good.
All right. Okay.
This is our procurement. This is Bud. You get a picture of him. Yes. And he's tracking all of our production and so forth in Michigan. And he's our liaison for Michigan and all the raw materials getting there.
Okay.
Steve is in charge of all our logistics, getting all the materials out of Michigan and back to here, and getting raw materials to Michigan for all the manufacturing. So, and then here is our R&D office, one of our R&D offices, and this is Joe Mannion. Say hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
And this is part of our quality assurance and quality control that's done here.
Okay. Okay.
So we keep a lot of, it's mostly just data and documents and chromatograms and so forth.
It looks like a lot of construction's going on.
Yeah, this is going to be our new kitchen
Okay.
for
That's
everybody
always
to
good.
take a break in.
Sounds good.
And then this is going to be a nice little seating area, and you can stick out here.
Yeah.
Something to do
Yeah.
for lunch. Which then brings us out to the warehouse. Yeah.
Huge, huge.
And the interesting thing is that we have a lot of movement
Wow.
from here forward. It's all finished product.
Kind of looks like a Home Depot of supplementation.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement in here. Products going in and out. And, we're not in a big distributor outfit, so we sell direct. So we send a lot of stuff direct. Either
Directly.
pallets, and then we do about 300 packages. It's about 500 packages a day at FedEx.
Yeah, because over in Torrance, some of the nutrition stores, you guys must ship out there because I see you guys
Yeah.
ship all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very strong. Most of our growth over the years has been it's been grassroots.
Okay.
We don't advertise, so it's all word of mouth, and stores really enjoy our good customer service and the fact that we're easy to deal with, and we have good products at a good price. So here's one of our
More products. So how long, Mark, is this going to take to finally get this big production, your big construction finished here?
Probably another 2 months.
2 months?
We'll have all the offices finished, and then we're going to be automating some of this and redesigning, just because we have more and more products coming in and out of here.
Wow, that's great.
And we have some just-in-time manufacturing, so it facilitates, a smaller 20,000 square foot
Wow.
warehouse,
Wow.
which we're always about this far from growing out of. This is like one of our first products that we came out with, attention gels. We actually had an attention bar back in the 1990s
Wow, and this looks like it's for
kids.
kids.
Mhm.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. And
A lot of supplement companies are doing these now. I see the gel.
Yes.
Gel products.
the small soft gels are more a lot easier for kids
For
to
kids
swallow.
to take. Yeah. Does it have a nice fruity taste too? For the
Well,
kids?
they're not the chewables, and it's
Okay.
got some fish oils in it.
Oh,
But,
okay.
if they swallow it, then it's fine, and it's very hard to get some of these oils into kids that really
Okay.
make a difference in
Yeah.
attention and so forth.
Right. Wow, that's great.
Yeah. Maybe we'll go over to some of our veggie. Oh, here's something that we're very proud of. This is our fish oil,
Okay.
fresh omega.
That's omega.
Yeah.
Omegas are always good.
Yes, and this is a huge standout in the industry, in the fact that a lot of actually 90-some% of the fish oils that are sold are these molecularly distilled fish oils.
Can you explain a little bit about?
Yeah, in the molecular distillation is really an oil remediation process.
Okay.
And it's taking bad oil and making it good.
Oh, I see.
And the thing is that a lot of the fish that's caught wild out in the ocean is a mixture of a lot of different species. And so they catch them all the way as far as, down in South America. And then the oil is all processed in the U.S.
Okay.
So it's usually about a month old before it even gets to processing.
Wow.
And you know what old fish is like.
Yeah.
So the problem is that your only other options are there's a lot of farmed fish and so forth in the U.S., which has a lot of negative because of the water sources and the environment that these fish live in. And then there's the wild Alaskan, which obviously that population has been decimated. I think the worst fishing in the last 17 years was this year. But what we've done is we went to Norway, and because in the 80s, their fishing populations were devastated. So their government stepped in and got very militant about their fishing industry and keeping other people out who were just virtually raping the North Atlantic seas.
Right.
And so they've been trying to restock their own needs, and they have these aquacultures. They title it progressive aquaculture, and these are these live nets inside these fjords. So it's moving water. It's very controlled at the depth and the water movement and the number of fish per square meter in any of these pens. And these fish are fed this feedstock that has been certified GMO free, and it's very very tightly controlled by the government.
Right.
This is a national resource for the Norwegian government.
Yeah, because a lot of issues right now, even with regular food, is you'll see the cage-free things because that's a big issue.
Right.
With,
you want it as back to natural as possible.
Right.
So that's what we've done, but yet in a sustainable manner. And what we've done is we've gotten an exclusive with a Norwegian company that sells a lot of salmon fillets to North America and Whole Foods, Costco, and so forth. And so when these cutoffs are taken, within 24 hours, they are then processed and the oil is separated out in a very gentle way. Matter of fact, we're trying to get extra virgin certification because the oil is treated in such a gentle way.
Wow.
And so nothing's been changed. This oil hasn't been stripped down and concentrated into these 18-12 and these other discussed ratios of fish oil, because really that's not what occurs in nature.
Right.
So in all of our data as scientists was on looking at populations who had similar lifestyles and so forth, but ate fish.
Right.
Not taking molecularly distilled fish oil, which is another separate thing. It was eating fish. This is as close as you can get to eating fish. The benefits of eating fish is the oil right out of it.
Right.
So with those stringent tolerances, we're very proud because this really exemplifies who we are.
Yeah, and see, that's...
we're all about the ocean. We're all about getting back to the original manufactured specs.
Right, and that's one thing when I read about you guys, and you and what you talked about, making really great quality products.
Yes.
Unlike a lot of supplement companies that just bring out mass productions or I guess the flavor of the month.
Yes, exactly.
And you guys, you talked mainly about quality and about really going that extra mile to make sure that the proof is in your pudding, that it's backed by what you say, and that the quality is the essence of MRM.
Right at the core of it. Right.
Yeah, and that's really important because there are a lot of companies out there. As a trainer myself, I get a lot of clients that ask me different things, and I sort of have to sift through things and figure out what is the best and what are the best products for them.
Who would you suggest? And
so,
that's your word, so
exactly.
it's important. Right?
Yeah, so that's great.
Good.
Well, hey, it's been great.
Great,
Mark.
nice meeting you.
And MRM's great. It's a great company.
Good.
I definitely have used the products myself. It seems like you guys are really doing well here up and running, and this place is going to be great. Maybe we'll have to come back down, like you say, when
Sure.
these big things up there.
Sure, and maybe we can get you some video of Michigan where the manufacturing.
Yeah, that'd be
is.
awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
very good. Cool. Thanks.
Again,
Curtis.
this is Curtis for Curtis Fitness TV, signing off.